I sat in my dim living room, the chill seeping through the cracks in the old windows, when my phone buzzed. The message from my son glowed on the screen. "Dad, don't come empty-handed this Christmas. Make it count." His words stung like a slap of winter wind, pulling me back to those long-ago holidays where he'd bounce with excitement, his small hands reaching for wrapped surprises under the tree. Now, at 68, with my wife gone 5 years, the house reeked of stale coffee from my untouched mug. Loneliness gnawed at me, a quiet regret for all the years I'd poured into providing, only to feel this demand like a debt I owed. Why had our bond twisted into something so cold? My chest tightened, not just from my weak heart, but from the suspicion bubbling up. Had I missed the signs of his growing greed? The phone rang, jolting me. It was my daughter. "Pop, you okay? I saw the text he sent. It's rude, but come anyway. The kids miss you." I sighed, rubbing my temples. "Lena, it hurts. Feels like he's tallying what I'm worth. Remember how your mom used to say family gives without asking?" She paused, her voice softening over the line. "I do. But Mia and Ben light up when you're around. Don't let him ruin it. Promise you'll show?" "All right, sweetheart, for you and the little ones." Inside, doubt swirled like the steam from my cup. I'd funded his dreams, college, that failed business, while skimping on my own needs. Regret hit hard. Maybe I'd enabled this entitlement, but determination flickered too. I'd go, observe, see if my instincts were right. Christmas Eve, I pulled up to their suburban home, the air crisp with pine from neighborhood wreaths. Lights twinkled, but the warmth felt forced. He opened the door, grinning wide. "Dad, right on time. Come in, it's freezing out there." I stepped inside, the savory scent of roasting turkey hitting me. He hugged me stiffly, his arms quick to pull away. "Good to see you, old man. Hope you brought something special. Kids are excited." His wife bustled from the kitchen, apron dusted with flour. "Hi, Pops. Dinner's almost ready. Mia, say hello to Grandpa." The little girl scampered over, tugging my sleeve, her eyes wide and innocent. "Grandpa, did Santa tell you what I want? A dollhouse with lights?" I knelt, her small hand warm in mine, a stark contrast to the chill in my bones. He might have whispered a thing or two, "Princess, we'll see." She giggled, but I caught my son's glance at my coat pocket, hungry, calculating. It twisted something in me, regret for not seeing this selfishness sooner. We moved to the living room, gifts stacking under the tree like accusations. The fire crackled, popping softly while carols hummed from a speaker. "Sit, Dad," he said, handing me eggnog. "So, how's retirement?" "Still pinching pennies?" I forced a chuckle, the creamy drink thick on my tongue. "Managing? You know, after your mom passed, it's quiet, but I've got savings tucked away." His eyes lit up briefly. "Yeah? Generous? As always. Remember that loan from my startup? Paid off big time. Did it?" Flashbacks rushed in, me working overtime at the garage, grease under my nails, to cover his debts while he partied. Quiet fury simmered. I'd sacrificed, yet here he was, hinting for more. Lena arrived then, hugging me tight. "Pop, you made it. Kids, Grandpa's here." Ben toddled over, chubby arms outstretched. "Gampa!" I scooped him up, his baby powder scent easing the tension. "Hey, buddy, missed you." Dinner unfolded around the table, plates clinking, laughter forced. Tara served, smiling tightly. "Everyone, dig in. It's been a tough year, but family's what matters." My son nodded, forking turkey. "Absolutely. Dad, you're looking frail. Heart acting up? Maybe ease up on the stress." His concern felt hollow. "I'm fine, just reflecting a lot lately. On what your mom would want. Honesty, you know." He shifted, chuckling. "Honesty? Come on, it's Christmas. Lighten up. Pass the gravy." Lena shot me a look, then turned to him. "Brother, that text was harsh. Dad's not a ATM." He waved her off. "Joking, sis. Dad knows I appreciate him. Right, old man?" I nodded slowly, but inside, suspicion coiled tighter. "Sure, son. Appreciation goes both ways." After plates cleared, the kids tore into early gifts, paper rustling like whispers of secrets. Mia beamed at a toy from me. "Thanks, Grandpa. It's perfect." My son watched, then leaned in. "Nice one, Dad. But hey, about that savings, you ever think of sharing more for the grandkids' future? His words landed like ice. Regret flooded me. Had I raised him to value money over moments? Determination hardened. I wouldn't confront yet, but I'd watch. Excusing myself to the study for a quick rest, the room smelled of polished wood and hidden dust. Papers scattered on his desk caught my eye. A bank statement, my name on it, with withdrawals I didn't authorize. My pulse raced, hands trembling. What if he'd been siphoning my savings? Betrayal burned, hot and sharp. Back home later, the drive silent except for the hum of tires on snow-dusted roads. My house felt emptier, the stale coffee scent now bitter. Rummaging through my late wife's jewelry box for comfort, her faint lavender perfume lingering, I found a hidden note in her handwriting. Greg borrowed again, lied about repaying. Forgive, but protect yourself. Past lies, exposed. Shock numbed me, then resolve ignited. Quiet, calculated. Would I face him now, shatter the holiday illusion? Or let it crumble slowly, gathering proof? The truth simmered, ready to boil over. Don't forget to subscribe for the next part. Will confrontation bring tears or triumph? Like if this stirred your own family memories. The fireplace crackled sharply, each pop mirroring the unease knotting my gut, as I forced a chuckle at my son's tales of his latest big deal. The warm scent of cinnamon cookies, doing little to cover the sour tang of distrust rising in my throat. We'd gathered after dinner, the room, aglow with holiday lights, but tension hummed beneath it all. He leaned back in his chair, gesturing animatedly. Dad, you always come through, like that time you bailed me out, remember? Kept the lights on. His gaze flicked to my wallet bulge in my pocket, sharp and predatory, like a bird eyeing a meal. Inside, memories surged, me skipping lunches at the garage to scrape together his tuition, only for him to disappear when cancer ravaged my wife, leaving me to hold her hand alone in that sterile hospital room. Regret clawed at me. Had my sacrifices bred this entitlement? Quiet resolve stirred too. I wouldn't let it slide unchecked. My daughter slipped up beside me in the hallway, her hand on my arm, voice a hushed urgency. Pop, something's off with him. I glimpsed his phone earlier. Odd transfers. Check your account soon. I nodded, heart thudding. You're right, sweetheart. Feels like he's hiding more than holiday cheer. Thanks for the heads up. She squeezed my shoulder. Just watch yourself. The kids adore you. Don't let him dim that. Back in the living room, an unexpected knock echoed. It was Harold, my longtime pal from mechanic days, stomping snow off his boots at the door. Heard the family was gathering, mind if I crash? Brought whiskey for the old timers. My son waved him in, but his grin tightened. Uncle Harold. Didn't expect you. Dad, you invite him? I shrugged, relieved by the familiar cigar whiff clinging to Harold's coat. Figured he'd liven things up. What's new, buddy? Harold settled in, his gravelly tone dropping low as he sipped eggnog. Oh, retirement gossip. Heard whispers about shady ventures in town, folks borrowing without asking if you catch my drift. Watch your back, old friend. The words hung heavy, suspicion flaring in me like a spark. Tara, bustling with a tray of treats, flashed a strained beam. Harold, such doom and gloom. It's Christmas. Let's talk gifts. Pops, you spoil us every year. I took a cookie, its sweetness clashing with my growing doubt. Trying to, dear, but family should mean trust, not tall tales. Victor, my son's business associate, lingered by the punch bowl, his wary glance meeting mine over the creamy foam of eggnog. He nodded subtly, as if signaling caution, before muttering to me aside. Your boy's ambitious, sir. Sometimes too much. Keep an eye on the books. The kids' laughter cut through. Mia chasing Ben around the tree, their joyful squeals a painful echo of what bonds ought to be. Not this web of hints and half-truths. Determination hardened. I'd uncover it all piece by piece. Later, as the evening dragged, I pulled my son into the quiet study, the door clicking shut behind us. The air smelled of old books and faint dust, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Son, level with me. Have you been straight about money? That bank slip I spotted earlier. It had my name, but not my handwriting. He laughed it off, a bit too loud. beads of sweat glistening on his brow under the desk lamp. Dad, you're paranoid. Probably a mix-up. I handle things to help you. Relax, enjoy the night. Help? Like vanishing when Mom needed us most? I skipped meals for your dreams and now this? Frustration edged my tone, regret mixing with it. Why hadn't I confronted sooner? He shifted, eyes narrowing. Hey, I was building a life. You always held the purse strings tight. Don't accuse me without proof. Proof? That's what I'm after. Family doesn't forge signatures. My pulse quickened, the room feeling smaller. He huffed, forcing nonchalance. Whatever, old man. Let's not ruin the party. Tara's waiting. As he stormed out, I patted my coat pocket, fingers brushing altered papers I'd slipped in earlier. Documents with my forged scrawl, clearly tampered. How had they ended up there? Betrayal twisted deeper, a quiet vow forming. I'd dig, gather more, turn this around without a scene yet. The phone vibrated in my pocket as I rejoined the group, the bank's automated voice on the line confirming my worst fears. Unauthorized withdrawals detected on your account, sir. Recent transfers to an associated name. Please verify. Shock numbed me, then fury ignited, solid proof of his theft. The fireplace's warmth now mocked the chill in my veins. Inner turmoil raged. Expose him now? Shatter the facade before everyone? Or bide my time? Plot silently. Let evidence build like a gathering storm. Don't miss the next part. Snow crunched sharply under my boots as I trudged back from the gathering, the metallic tang of winter air biting into my lungs, honing my resolve like a blade. Regrets swirled around me like the falling flurries. Why hadn't I spotted his resentment simmering all those years, rooted in my no-nonsense rules that left little room for extras? The man I'd raised now saw me as a vault to crack, and that realization hollowed me out, fueling a quiet fire to uncover every shadow. In my dim kitchen, the fridge's soft hum the only company at first, I spread out the bank statements on the scarred table. Harold arrived soon after, his heavy steps echoing, cigar already lit and curling acrid smoke that mingled with the faint must of old linoleum. He peered over my shoulder, bushy brows furrowing. This ain't right, old man. Look here. Transfers match your account, but the signatures? Sloppy fakes. I nodded, throat tight with a mix of dismay and steely focus. Knew it deep down. That slip in his study wasn't random. He's been helping himself, hasn't he? Harold puffed, exhaling a cloud. Looks that way. Remember when we fixed that busted engine together? You trusted folks too easy back then. Time to wise up. Call in pros for this mess. Pros? Like who? Determination steadied me. No more blind faith. He grinned faintly. Got a lawyer, pal, Ms. Reyes. Sharp as they come. I'll set it up. Before I could respond, the door creaked open, bringing a rush of cold. My daughter stepped in, her embrace wrapping me in warmth that chased, the chill, her coat still dusted with snow. Pop, I couldn't sleep after tonight. Drove straight over. That look on his face. I've suspected his envy since we were kids. Always craving what he couldn't have. I held her close, the faint vanilla of her shampoo a comfort. Tell me more, sweetheart. What clued you in? She pulled back, eyes misty. Back in high school, during that rough winter when money was tight, he'd rant in his room. Dad's so stingy, won't even spring for new gear. But you were scraping by for us. It built up, turned to bitterness. I ignored it too long. Flashbacks crashed in, him as a lanky teen, slamming doors during a sparse holiday, yelling through the thin walls, "You're holding out on us. Other dads give more." I'd brushed it off as youthful fire, but now it stung fresh, a regret for not addressing the poison early. Quiet grit rose. I'd mend this my way, evidence first. My phone buzzed then, the screen lighting up with his wife's number. I answered, keeping my tone even. Hello? Her voice came shaky, edged with nerves. Pops, it's me. Heard you and him talked privately. Don't make trouble, please. It's Christmas. Let's keep peace. Fear lurked under her plea, like a crack in ice. Trouble? I'm just seeking truth. Why the worry? Know something about those accounts? She hesitated, breath hitching. No, I mean, he's stressed with work, debts piling. But accusing him? It'll tear us apart. Stressed enough to dip into my savings without asking? That's not family. That's theft. Frustration bubbled, but I reined it, probing gently. Please, just drop it. For the kids. She hung up abruptly, leaving silence that echoed my growing certainty. She was in on it, guarding secrets. The next morning, I met Ms. Reyes at a quiet cafe, the aroma of steaming coffee grounding me as she scanned the papers with piercing eyes, her suit crisp against the worn booth. Harold had vouched for her, and now she nodded slowly. These forgeries are blatant, sir. We can trace the funds, file for fraud. But it'll get messy, family ties and all. I sipped the hot brew, its bitterness matching my mood. Messy is fine if it means justice. He's my blood, but this betrayal cuts deep. What next? She tapped a pen. Gather more proof, voicemails, witnesses. I'll draft a freeze on his access. Ever suspect his partner might have insights? His associate? We've crossed paths. Worth a shot. Resolve strengthened. Step by step, I'd build the case. No rash moves. Later that afternoon, at the local market, chance brought Victor my way amid the bustle of shoppers and the sharp scent of fresh produce. He pulled me aside near the bread aisle, voice a low whisper. Sir, saw you at the party. Your boy's scheming big. Talks of claiming your house through some legal loophole. Says you're fading and he needs the equity. Shock rippled through me, then hardened into purpose. Claiming my home? That's low. Proof? He glanced around. Overheard him bragging. To investors. Watch out. He's desperate. I'd distance myself if I were you. Thanks for the warning. Means a lot. Betrayal deepened, but so did my plan. Use this to corner him. Back home, the grandchildren's colorful drawings taped to my wall caught my eye. Their crayon scribbles of happy stick figures tugging at my core. Emblems of pure joy amid this deceit. Mia's note read, "Love you, Grandpa," and it fueled my drive to protect what mattered, regrets fading into fierce protectiveness. To test him, I called that evening, voice casual. Son, thinking about your hint for the grandkids' future, what if I gift a chunk from my savings? Say, 10 grand. His response came eager, almost breathless. Really, Dad? That'd be huge. Send it soon. We could use it now. You're the best. Confirmation hit like a gut punch. No questions, just greed. We'll see. Night. His haste sealed it. No remorse, only hunger. As I hung up, my phone pinged with a voicemail I'd set to record unknown calls. It was him, accidentally pocket-dialed, his voice muffled but clear, talking to her. Tara, Dad's softening, promised cash. Once we get it, push the house claim. He'll never suspect the forgeries. The recording exposed their scheme, a twist that chilled me to the bone. Armed with this damning audio, would I lash out subtly, planting seeds of doubt? Or step back, letting karma weave its web while I gathered more? Stick around. Subscribe for the next twist. Comment below. How would you handle such a plot against you? The clock ticked relentlessly in my living room, each second echoing the throb in my chest, as I leafed through faded photos from happier times, their dusty edges carrying the faint scent of forgotten joy. Images of us all smiling around a picnic table, now a stark reminder of bonds frayed by deceit. Inner doubts churned. Was pursuing this worth fracturing what little family remained? Or would silence just enable more hurt? Betrayal's weight pressed heavy, but so did my growing resolve to expose it carefully, step by step, without losing myself. A soft knock interrupted, pulling me from the reverie. It was my neighbor, Mrs. Ellis, standing on the porch with a plate of fresh-baked treats, steam rising in the cool air. Her gentle gaze scanned my face, concern etching lines deeper. Saw your light on late again? Trouble with the boy? You look worn thin, dear. I took the cookies, their buttery warmth a small comfort against the chill seeping through the door. Perceptive as always, ma'am. Family matters weighing heavy. Come in. Coffee? She stepped inside, settling at the table with a sigh. No thanks, just checking on you. That son of yours, heard gossip at the market. Folks say he's pushing boundaries. Don't let it break you. You've got a good heart. Appreciate the kindness. It's complicated. Suspicions building, but I need facts. Her words stirred quiet gratitude. Allies like her reminded me I wasn't alone in this shadow play. Harold called later. That afternoon, his voice gruff over the line as he dug into the digital trails. Check those emails you forwarded, pal. Brutal stuff. He's mocking your heart troubles and messages to his associate. Old man's fading fast. Time to cash in. You're tough, but this cuts deep. Want me to confront the punk? I paced the room, the floorboards creaking underfoot. No, not yet. Print them out. More ammo for the lawyer. How'd he get so callous? I raised him better. He snorted. Greed twists, folks. I'll swing by tomorrow with hard copies. Hang in there. We're building a wall he can't climb. Thanks, buddy. It stings, but fuels me too. Regret flickered. Memories of patching his scraped knees as a kid, only for him to mock my vulnerabilities now. Determination solidified. I'd use these revelations to tighten the noose slowly. My phone rang again that evening, my daughter's number flashing. Pop, we need to plot this out. That voicemail you shared, it's gold. How do we use it without tipping him off? I leaned back, the leather chair sighing. Carefully, sweetheart. Leak hints anonymously. Make him sweat. Your fire matches mine. Glad you're with me. She chuckled softly, resolve in her tone. Absolutely. Remember Mom's stories of us kids fighting? She'd say unity wins. But this? He's crossed lines. Let's email the lawyer those files tonight. Set up a trap. Smart. I'll draft something subtle. Love you for standing firm. Her words mirrored my inner blaze, a quiet fury pushing me to orchestrate each move like a chess game, evidence stacking against him. The next day brought an unexpected visitor, his wife, showing up unannounced at my door, her coat clutched tight, knuckles white. The porch light cast shadows on her pale face as she stepped in. Pops, we need to talk. He's under stress, business crumbling. Don't push this investigation. It'll destroy us all. I gestured to the couch, noting her trembling hands as she sat, the faint tremor betraying more than words. Stress or guilt? That call I overheard, plotting to claim my home. Why defend lies? She fidgeted, voice cracking. It's not like that. Debts are drowning him. He thought you'd understand. Please, for the little ones, drop it. Family first. Family? Stealing from me isn't that. Your shakes tell me you're scared. Of exposure? Tell the truth, or this unravels worse. Frustration mounted, but I kept it leashed, probing for cracks. Tears welled. I helped with some papers, but it was his idea. Forgive us. We'll pay back. Too late for please. Go home. Think on it. Her confession fueled my plan, notes of her involvement for the file, a step toward justice without haste. Later that week, Victor reached out, arranging a secret meet in the park, autumn leaves rustling underfoot with a dry, whispering crunch, the earthy scent of damp soil sharpening the air. He hunched on a bench, glancing around. Sir, can't stay long. Your boy's deep in embezzlement, siphoning client funds, including yours, to cover gambling losses. I found ledgers. He's framing you if caught. Shock jolted me, then settled into calculated calm. Gambling? That explains the desperation. Proof? He slipped me a flash drive, voice low. Copies here. I want out. His schemes are toxic. Use this wisely. It'll bury him. Grateful son. This shifts everything. Stay safe. The revelation deepened my dismay. His vices hidden all along, but bolstered my strategy. Integrate this into legal traps, inching toward payback. My phone buzzed mid-afternoon, the princess's innocent voice piping through. Grandpa, why do you sound sad lately? Mommy says you're busy, but I miss our stories. Her words pierced like a blade of guilt, tugging at my resolve. Oh, sweetie, Grandpa's just tired from grown-up worries. Tell me about your day. Drawing anything new? She giggled. A unicorn for you. When can I visit? Daddy's grumpy too. Soon, promise. Love you bunches. Hanging up, hot tears pricked my eyes, reflections surging on my wife's final days, her weak hand in mine whispering, keep them united, love. Family's our legacy. The memory ached, regret for this rift clashing with necessity. Unity couldn't excuse theft. I'd honor her by protecting the innocent, evidence my shield. Over the weekend, at a tense family lunch, the diner buzzing with clattering plates and coffee's rich aroma, I planted subtle hints. As we ordered, I turned to him casually. Heard rumors of money troubles in town, accounts getting tampered, scary stuff. He stiffened, fork pausing. Yeah, nothing to do with us. Why bring it up? Just chatting, that gift I mentioned, holding off, bank flagged odd activity on my end. Watching him squirm, color draining, satisfaction bloomed quietly. My daughter chimed in. Pop's right, better safe. Anyone know shady folks? His wife shot her a look. Let's change topics, pass the salt. He forced a laugh. Paranoid bunch, everything's fine. But his unease screamed otherwise, my planted seeds taking root. That night, poring over papers with the lawyer's input, a twist formed, a poisoned gift, not toxic, but laced with traps. Legal docs rigged to expose fraud if he signed greedily. The idea thrilled, a subtle strike-building tension. As another Christmas loomed, could I maintain composure, or would pent-up feelings burst forth? Rain pattered steadily against my window, like fingers tapping out accusations. The damp earth scent seeping through the cracks and filling my nostrils, stirring thoughts that wrestled between mercy and retribution. Haunted by dreams of his boyish grins during backyard barbecues, now warped into avaricious sneers, I paced the room, questioning if my pursuit would heal or destroy. Betrayal lingered like a fog, but justice called louder, a quiet tenacity building as I planned each careful step. The phone lit up with Ms. Reyes's number, and I answered, her firm tone cutting through the line. Sir, I've reviewed everything, the emails, the voicemail, the ledgers from Victor. We can freeze his assets immediately. It'll stop any further transfers and force his hand. I gripped the receiver, the cord twisting in my fingers. Freeze them? That'll hit hard. What's the risk to me? Minimal, if we move fast, she replied, papers rustling in the background. File today, and it'll lock him out. But expect backlash. He'll know it's you. Ready to pull the trigger? Hesitation flickered, regret for the family divide surfacing, but resolve won. Do it. I've given enough chances. This ends his games. Good. I'll send the docs for your signature. Stay strong. This shifts the power to you. Her words ignited a spark of empowerment, the first real turn in this drawn-out battle. Harold dropped by later, rain dripping from his hat as he handed over an envelope of photos, the glossy print still warm from the printer. Tailed him like we discussed, old-timer. Snapped these at a dingy bar, meeting shady types, exchanging envelopes. Looks like debt collectors. He's in over his head. I flipped through the images, the dim bar lighting captured in stark detail, his tense posture evident. Debt collectors? Fits with Victor's tip on gambling. Dangerous crowd. Could this blow back on the kids? He grunted, settling into a chair with a creak. Possibly, but use these to pressure him. I shadowed from afar. He didn't spot me. What's next in your playbook? Build more leverage. Thanks for risking it. You're a rock. Inner satisfaction grew. His loyalty contrasted the deceit, fueling my methodical approach to dismantle the lies. My daughter called that evening, her voice heated from a recent clash. Pop, I cornered her at the store today, privately, away from prying eyes. She admitted everything, but it got ugly. Tell me, I urged, heart pounding as rain drummed harder. She broke down, confessed helping with the forgeries. I asked straight, how could you betray Pop like that? He's family. A pause, then she continued, mimicking the exchange. She whimpered, it was his idea. We're drowning in bills. I thought it'd be quick, no harm. I fired back, no harm? Stealing from a man who lost his wife, who funded your life? You're complicit. She begged me to stop, said she'd convince him to confess, but I doubt it. Her tears seemed real, though, cracking under guilt. Pride swelled for her courage, mixed with sorrow for the rift. You did good, sweetheart. That admission's gold for the lawyer. Did she slip any new details? Yeah, mentioned a hidden account in your name, siphoned for his bets. She's scared of losing the house. We're closing in, Pop. Step by step, love your backbone. The confrontation revealed depths of their scheme, tightening my net with every revelation. Victor met me at the cafe the next day, the buzz of espresso machines and rich coffee aroma enveloping us as he slid a folder across the table. Turning ally fully now, sir. These are insider docs, transaction logs showing he rerouted your funds to offshore bets. I copied them before he notices. I scanned the pages, numbers blurring slightly in the steam rising from my mug. This is damning. Why the switch? Risky for you. He leaned in, voice low. His ego's blinding him, threatened to cut me out. Plus, respect for elders. My own dad got swindled once. Use this to nail him. What's your endgame? Legal takedown, quiet but sure. Grateful, young man. This tips the scales. His alliance shifted momentum, my quiet strength surging as pieces aligned. A surprise visit from the little guy brightened the afternoon, his small frame bursting through the door with my daughter in tow, rain-soaked but beaming. He barreled into me for a hug, his tiny hands clutching a crumpled drawing of a lopsided house, the crayon scent fresh and innocent. Gampa, I made this for you. It's our family. The embrace melted my defenses momentarily, warmth spreading through my weary bones, a pang of tenderness amid the storm. It's beautiful, buddy. Grandpa loves it. What's this squiggle here? He pointed proudly. That's you fixing cars. Mommy says you're strong like a superhero. I ruffled his hair, fighting a lump in my throat. Trying to be champ, miss our playtimes. The moment tugged at regrets. Had my long hours at the garage, grease-stained and distant, planted seeds of this divide? Inner turmoil stirred. Perhaps my absences left him craving more, twisting into greed. But resolve hardened. I'd shield this innocence, no matter the cost. Mrs. Ellis phoned soon after, her voice steady but urgent. Saw him at your door earlier, banging loud, face red as a beet. I peeked from my window. He yelled something about meddling old fool. Want me to testify? I jotted notes. Shock rippled, then gratitude. You witnessed that? Yes, please. Your account could seal this. What exactly did he say? She recounted firmly. Stay out of my business, Dad. You'll regret poking around. Stormed off in a huff. Seemed unhinged. Be careful. Noted, ma'am. This is key. Appreciate your sharp eyes. Her testimony added another layer, the power tilting further, as allies formed a united front. Emboldened, I texted him cryptically that night. Heard whispers of debts and shadows. Care to explain before it spreads? His reply came frantic, buzzing in quick succession. What whispers? Don't spread lies, Dad. Everything's under control. Meet tomorrow? Perhaps. Sleep on it. His panic cracked the facade, satisfaction blooming. He was unraveling, my subtle prods working. As rain eased to a drizzle, the shift felt palpable, my network rallying while his crumbled inner fortitude growing like roots in soil. Then came the twist. Feigning a health scare, I called him gasping. Son, chest pains, might need help. He rushed over, concern masking greed. Dad, ambulance? What's wrong? Just stress, maybe. But if I'm gone, who gets it all? The ploy drew him out, his eager. Questions revealing more slips, admitting to managing my affairs for safety. Recorded secretly, it exposed him further. With him vulnerable now, would direct clash yield sobs of remorse or my hard-won victory? Holiday lights twinkled outside like taunting eyes, their colorful glow throwing elongated shadows across my living room, where the fresh pine aroma from my modest tree hung in the air, clashing with the heaviness in my chest. Inner conflict raged. Pursuing this vengeance chilled me to the core, yet it seemed the only path to reclaim what he'd stolen, both in funds and trust. Betrayal's scar throbbed, regrets whispering of missed chances to guide him differently. But determination anchored me. I'd see this through methodically until justice balanced the scales. My phone rang sharply, shattering the quiet, his number flashing. I answered, bracing. What is it, son? His voice came edged with urgency, almost breathless. Dad, we need to talk, now. Things are spiraling. Can we meet? The diner downtown? Hesitation gripped me, but this could reveal more cracks. Fine, half an hour, don't be late. At the diner, the sizzle of burgers on the grill filled the air with greasy smoke, the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead as I slid into a booth. He arrived disheveled, sliding in opposite, his eyes wild with desperation. Thanks for coming. Look, I'm in deep. Creditors breathing down my neck. That gift you hinted at, I need it now. 20 grand, it'll tide me over. I stared, the vinyl seat sticking to my legs, shock mixing with quiet resolve. 20? Earlier it was 10. What's really going on? This isn't about grandkids, it's survival for you. He leaned forward, hands clasping the table, knuckles white. Okay, truth. Gambling debts piled up. Lost big on some bets. But your family helped me out, like always. Mom would have wanted that. Don't drag her into this. I've bailed you enough. Those unauthorized pulls from my accounts, you're doing? My tone stayed even, probing for slips. Sweat beaded on his forehead, despite the cool fan whirring nearby. What? No! Mix up at the bank. Come on, Dad. Trust me. One last time. Trust? After the forgeries, the plots, no more. Regret surged, visions of him as a wide-eyed kid, now pleading like a cornered animal. But I held firm, letting silence press him. He slumped, voice cracking. Fine, I'm desperate. If you don't, we lose everything. The house, the kid's stability. Please. Think on your choices. We're done here. I left him there, the door's bell jingling behind me, satisfaction flickering as his facade crumbled further. Later that afternoon, my phone buzzed again. Her number this time. I picked up, hearing sobs immediately. Pops, it's falling apart. He told me about the meeting. I regret everything. The papers, the lies. It was wrong. The line crackled faintly, her weeping raw. Regrets now? You helped forge my name, plotted to take my home. Why call? She sniffled, voice trembling. Guilt's eating me. Saw how it hurt you at lunch. The kids ask questions, I can't keep lying. Forgive me? I'll make him stop. Forgiveness isn't mine to give lightly. Evidence is with lawyers. Assets frozen. Come clean fully or face consequences. Inner turmoil stirred. Her tears tugged at compassion, but betrayal's wound ran deep. Please, for the little ones. I'll testify if needed. Just don't destroy us. She hung up, leaving me with a hollow ache, determination hardening against the pull of pity. Harold swung by that evening, envelope in hand, the scent of his aftershave cutting through the pine. Dug deeper into those contacts, pal. Bombshell. He's been seeing Victor's wife on the side. Emails confirm it. Meetings disguised as business, but steamy undertones. Ads motive for Victor flipping sides. I took the prints, scanning the damning messages, dismay washing over me like a wave. An affair, layers on layers of deceit. Explains Victor's eagerness to help. How long? He shrugged, voice gruff. Months, from the dates. This could unravel his partnerships too. You're closing in, proud of your grit. Feels necessary, though it twists my gut. Appreciate the legwork. The revelation deepened the hurt. Regrets of not fostering stronger morals in him. But it fueled my plan. Weave this into the legal web, tightening inexorably. My daughter arrived soon after, her presence a steady anchor as we sat by the tree, lights reflecting in her eyes. Pop, I heard about the diner plea. You've given enough. Your whole life, really. Time he faces reality. I nodded, the tinsel rustling softly. Your support means everything, sweetheart. That affair Harold found, it's another nail. How do we use it without hurting innocence? She squeezed my hand. Subtly, in court, if needed. Remember when he skipped Mom's treatments for work? This is karma catching up. Stand tall, I'm with you. Grateful, truly. Your unwavering backing keeps me going. Her words mirrored my inner steel, pushing past regrets to focus on the endgame. The next morning, I met Ms. Reyes at the courthouse, the grand halls echoing with footsteps and muffled voices, the polished marble cool underfoot as she filed the papers. All set. Fraud charges initiated, backed by the evidence stack. The affair angle strengthens motive. This'll stick. I signed where indicated, the pen scratching decisively. Finality at last. What if he fights back? She met my gaze steadily. He might, but our case is ironclad. Assets remain frozen. He'll feel the squeeze. You've built this meticulously. It'll hold. Relief mingled with solemnity as we exited, the weight lifting slightly, power fully in my court now. That afternoon, the princess called, her small voice piping through the phone with innocent bewilderment. "Grandpa, why is everyone whispering? Daddy yells a lot, and Mommy cries. Is it my fault?" Her confusion lanced through me, a sharp pang of sorrow amid the resolve. "No, sweetie, never your fault. Grown-ups have worries sometimes. Tell me about school. Any fun projects?" She brightened a tad. "We made snowflakes, but I miss happy family times. When will it be better?" "Soon, promise. Grandpa's working on it. Love you to the moon." Hanging up, reflections flooded. My wife's soft demeanor, always advocating kindness, her final whispers urging mercy even in pain. It tempted me toward leniency, but the mounting proofs, recordings, emails, ledgers demanded accountability. I couldn't ignore the rot. Victor texted then, confirming a quick meet at the park, benches slick from earlier rain. Fully betraying him now, here's chat logs of the affair. He suspects me, but this seals his downfall. Alliances shift. You're winning. I pocketed the drive, whined rustling leaves. Risky move? Why? Revenge for my marriage. Plus, your integrity inspires. Use it well. His full turn completed the circle. My network unbreakable now. As evening fell, I assembled the gift, a sleek folder brimming with irrefutable proofs. Forgeries, voicemails, affair details, frozen asset notices. Not poison, but a venomous reveal, prepared meticulously for the holiday reveal. The twist thrilled quietly. This would shatter his armor irreparably. At the upcoming Christmas gathering, would presenting it finally break him, forcing the tears he'd long evaded. Festive tunes drifted softly through the air, a gentle melody that clashed with the thick tension blanketing the room like heavy mist, while the rich aroma of roasting ham wafted from the kitchen, stirring memories of past holidays, where I'd toiled extra shifts to afford such feasts. My hands remained firm on the bag's handle despite the inner whirlwind. Flashes of years sacrificed at the garage, grease-stained and bone-tired, all for a family now fractured by greed. Betrayal's echo resounded, regrets of overlooked signs mingling with a resolute calm. This reckoning would close the chapter, restoring what little balance remained. I stepped inside their home, the door creaking shut behind me, greeted by his familiar smirk as he approached. "Dad, glad you made it. Remember, don't come empty-handed. Tradition, right?" His words landed like a veiled demand, but I met his eyes steadily. "Wouldn't dream of it, son. Let's make this memorable." My daughter was already there, her posture rigid as she set plates, turning to him with a sharp edge. "Brother, cut the hints. Pop's given plenty over the years. Your turn to step up." He chuckled dismissively, waving a hand. "Sis, lighten up. It's Christmas. Dad knows I'm grateful. Right, old man?" Harold, positioned near the fireplace with a knowing nod, interjected gruffly. "Grateful? Actions speak louder, kid. Pass the rolls before things get cold." The exchange hung charged, his wife darting glances away from me as she fussed with napkins, her avoidance a silent admission. Victor hovered in the corner, his presence a lurking shadow, eyes flicking between us, like he anticipated the storm. As we gathered around the table, clinking glasses and forced chatter filling the space, the little ones scampered in, their excited squeals cutting through. The princess tugged at my sleeve. "Grandpa, sit by me. What's in your bag?" I patted her head, her shampoo's fruity whiff a fleeting comfort. "A surprise, sweetie. Eat first." The meal progressed amid strained talk, my daughter pressing further. "So, brother, how's business? Heard rumors of tight spots, debts maybe. Pop's accounts acting funny too." He stiffened, fork pausing midair. "Rumors? Don't stir trouble, sis. Everything's solid. Dad, tell her we're good." Harold leaned in, his nod pointed. "Solid? Folks chat in town. Shady meets, whispers of loans unpaid. Care to clarify?" His wife finally met my gaze briefly, then looked away again, voice shaky. "Please, everyone. Peace for the holidays. The kids." Victor cleared his throat from the shadows. "Peace. Truth has a way of surfacing. Sir, you deserve answers." The words escalated, my son snapping back. "What is this, an ambush? Dad, if you've got issues, spit it out. I came to you for help, remember?" I set my napkin down, the fabric crisp against my palm, inner resolve peaking. Issues? Plenty. But let's unwrap gifts first. Son, this one's for you. I slid the envelope across, its weight symbolic, offering it with a calm expression. Here's your gift. Open it now. He took it, smirk fading to curiosity, then ripping the seal. Papers spilled out. Bank records, voicemails transcribed, emails of mockery and affair details, fraud proofs stacked neatly. His face drained of color, eyes widening as he scanned, hands trembling. Dad, what is this? Forgeries? The affair? How? Tears brimmed, spilling over as realization dawned, his voice breaking. It's all here, the theft, the lies, the ruin. I didn't mean for it to go this far. The grandkids watched wide-eyed, confusion etching their small faces, the boy's lower lip quivering. Daddy, why are you crying? Is it a bad present? Inner elation tangled with grief, joy at the exposure, sorrow for the shattered illusion as he dropped to his knees, sobbing. Forgive me, Dad. The debts overwhelm me. I mocked your health, plotted the house grab. It was desperation. Apologies. Too late, I know. His wife rushed to his side, whispering, We both messed up. Pops, we regret it all. The kids. My daughter stood firm. Regrets? After stealing from him? You've broken trust we can't rebuild easily. Harold nodded again, tone steady. Kid, you mocked a man's frailties, chased skirts while plotting theft. Reap what you sowed. Victor stepped forward, voice even. I provided the logs. Your betrayal of me, too. Alliances change when deceit rules. He looked up, tears streaming. Dad, I swear, it started small. A loan here, a fake signature there. But the gambling, it consumed me. Forgive? For old times? Memories flickered. Him as a child, laughing in my arms, but betrayal's sting overrode. Old times? You vanished during her illness, left me alone with the pain. This gift shows the truth. No more hiding. The door burst open then, Ms. Reyes striding in with 2 officers, the cold draft carrying a whiff of snow. Sir, warrant served. Fraud, embezzlement, conspiracy, cuffs now. Authorities moved in, metal clicking as they secured his wrists, his sobs echoing. Dad, please, call it off. For the family. She pleaded too. Pops, think of the little ones. This destroys us. The lawyer addressed me firmly. Your evidence sealed it. He's under arrest. Court tomorrow. As they led him away, a final paper slipped from his pocket. A note in his scrawl, detailing plans for my accidental fall, timed for inheritance gain. The twist hit like ice. He'd scheme my demise for quick cash. Shock numbed, then fury flared. You plan to end me? For money? He hung his head, voice a whisper. Desperation? I'm sorry. Officers hauled him out, door slamming, leaving silence broken only by the kid's whimpers. Inner turmoil peaked. Satisfaction at justice. Ache for the fallout. Years of quiet endurance led here. A lesson in boundaries and self-worth. With scales tipped, could I mend the remnants, rebuild from ashes? The new year broke with a crisp edge, sunlight piercing the thinning snow that melted away like long-standing resentments, dripping steadily from the eaves outside my window. My once silent home now buzzed with my daughter's frequent stops and the grandkids' bubbly chatter, the warm scent of her homemade bread wafting through, chasing out the lingering sourness of past hurts. Reflections swirled gently. His collapse into consequences delivered a subdued contentment, teaching me the value of firm limits I'd too long ignored. Betrayal had scarred, but healing beckoned, a quiet assurance blooming as I pieced together a fresh start. My daughter dropped by that first morning, arms laden with a loaf still steaming, the yeast comforting aroma filling the kitchen as she set it on the counter. Pop, Happy New Year. The kids begged to come, said they miss your stories. How you holding up after everything? I sliced the bread, steam rising like released tension, handing her a piece. Better each day, sweetheart. The arrest lingers, but seeing their smiles helps. You? She nibbled, eyes thoughtful. Relieved, mostly. Court wrapped quick with all that proof. But the little ones ask about him. I tell them Daddy's away learning lessons. You've taught me boundaries matter. No more blind giving. Smart lesson. I regret not drawing lines sooner. Might have prevented the mess. But we're rebuilding, you and me. Inner satisfaction settled, her presence a balm against the echoes of loss. Harold swung over later, 2 cold beers in hand, the bottles clinking as he popped them open on the porch, the fizz sharp in the cool air. To resilience, old-timer. You stared down the storm and came out. Standing. Cheers. I clinked mine against his, the malty tang biting my tongue. Couldn't have without you, buddy. Those photos, the tales, pivotal. Feel like I can breathe now. He took a swig, leaning back. Deserved win. That kid mocked your ticker, plotted your end. Karma, bit hard. But you, tough as nails. What's next? Retirement cruise? Maybe. First, savoring peace. Grateful for friends like you, kept me grounded. His toast echoed my growing fortitude, regrets fading into appreciation for loyal ties. The phone rang mid-afternoon, the lawyer's voice crisp on the line. Sir, case closed, plea deal accepted. 6 years, assets seized to repay you. Nod of approval from the judge. Your evidence was airtight. Relief washed over me, the finality like a door clicking shut. Appreciate the update. Feels resolved? Any loose ends? None. Rest easy, you earned this. If appeals arise, I'll handle. Take care. Her confirmation nodded closure, a quiet nod to my persistence paying off. His wife called unexpectedly that evening, her tone tentative as I answered. Pops, it's me. I need to say sorry, face to face, if you'll allow. The kids miss you terribly. I paused, the line humming softly. Apologies a start. Come over. We talk. She arrived soon, stepping inside with hesitant steps, the faint perfume she wore clashing with the bread's lingering warmth. Thank you for seeing me. I enabled it all. The theft, the affair cover-up, guilt's crushing. I see now how we destroyed trust. Forgive? For their sake? Tears glistened as she spoke, vulnerability raw. Forgiveness takes time. You both scheme my accident for cash. That cuts deepest. But the little ones deserve stability. We'll co-parent civilly, no more poison. She nodded, wiping her eyes. Fair. Victor's gone. Cut ties after the betrayal. I'm focusing on mending. Appreciate your mercy. Boundaries first. Go slow. Her plea stirred compassion, tempered by lessons learned. No rushing reconciliation. Mrs. Ellis knocked the next day, a casserole in hand, its savory steam inviting as she entered. Heard the news, justice served, brought comfort food, sharing losses helps heal. Lost my own brother to greed years back, similar tale. I set plates, the cheese bubbling warmly. Appreciate it, ma'am. Your witness statement tipped the scales. Tell me your story. Bonds strengthened through them. She settled, voice steady. He swindled our parents' savings for schemes, vanished when caught. Regret haunted me, but time taught forgiveness with distance. You're wise to set limits, protects the heart. Wise words, my regrets mirror, overlooked signs, enabled too much. But sharing eases the load. Her tales wove new connections, inner peace expanding as old wounds knit. Flashbacks surfaced often, joyful holidays replaying. My wife's laughter during snowball fights, kids' gleeful unwrapping, sense of cookies baking. Those memories guided me now, urging forward without bitterness, a quiet harmony growing amid the healing. A letter arrived midweek, stamped from prison, his handwriting shaky on the envelope. I opened it alone, the paper crisp, words spilling out. Dad, serving time's opening my eyes, regrets endless, the plots, the mockery. But truth. Mom confessed before passing. You have another child from before your marriage, a half-sibling I hid to claim full inheritance. Forgive this last secret. Search records. They're out there. The revelation shook me like a quake, foundations trembling. A hidden kin? Shock numbed, then curiosity ignited. Why conceal it? Inner peace wavered, but determination resurfaced. I'd uncover this, rebuild stronger. What buried family secret lurked, promising a new chapter in my journey. If this tale of downfall and renewal touched you, hit subscribe for more heartfelt sagas. Like, comment your healing stories, and stay tuned. What truth emerges next?